Okay, today we're going to learn about area. Area is pretty easy. Don't get it confused with perimeter. They kind of go hand in hand, but the numbers represent something different. So area is the, I want to put in here in quotation marks, what is inside the fence. So today we talked about perimeter, and perimeter is the fence. So if this is our fence, and the fence is in pink, what we are finding is the green part. We are finding the inside. We are finding maybe the size of the field or the grassy area, or we're finding out the garden part, the inside part of the fence, okay? It's the carpet of a classroom, the floor of the classroom. It's what's in the middle, okay? So if I gave you something, we'll start something very simple. And I'm going to write here, example, length and width given. Say it is 4 and, I don't want that to be 4. I want this to be 4, sorry, and I want this to be 6. Okay? So, all you do to find area is, if you want to, you can split this into 6, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this, I split it into 4. So all we're doing is we're finding how many boxes are inside. Okay, so if this is a fence, the fence is 6, and then 4. What we would do to find area equals length times width. So all you have is 6 times 4 equals 24. That is your area, 24. If you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Another thing that you could do if you wanted to go above and beyond is perimeter. What is the perimeter? I want you to figure out what the perimeter for this is. Come back and tell me. That's your first problem, okay? So I've shown you what happens when you do your length and your width are given, okay? Let's see what happens when example, area and length given. So if I had here, we'll say 30 and 30, and I'll give you the length, say the length is 5. So let's plug it into our equation. Our area is 30, right there, equals, I gave you the length, 5 times what? I don't know what my width is. I just plugged it into the equation. Now many of you may already know, oh, I know that 5 times 6 equals 30. Okay, so the width would be, you could do 30 divided by 5 equals what? And then you get 6. And if you want to check your work, I know that area equals 5 length times width equals 30, and I checked it. Okay, so that's one. I'm going to flip the page. Remember, you can always pause this. We're going to do example. And the area and width are given. So, say I have my rectangle, my area is 40, and we'll say my width equals, let's say it's going to equal 4. Okay, I know my equation is area equals length times width. Let me just plug it in. 40 times what? 4 times what equals 40. We're looking for this right here, that piece. This looks the exact same, and it is solved the exact same way as you would if the length was given. You could say 4 times what equals 40, or I could do 40 divided by 4 equals 10. 10. What does that number represent? It represents my length. Okay, you need to know what these numbers represent. This is the area. This is my width. And this is my length. Sorry, it seems a little blurry. So, I have that going on. And if you wanted to draw this out for and do, see how many lines you needed to go over to get a total of 40 boxes on the inside, that you could also do that. One last one is if the example, area given. Now this one's a lot more open-ended. So say I have a rectangle, and we'll just go ahead and say this is 60. And the length, oh sorry, that would be the width, equals what? And the length equals what? They didn't tell me. So on a multiple choice test, they might say, list 2 possibilities of length and width. All you have to do is think of 2 numbers that multiply together to get 60. That's all you have to do, because we know that length times width is going to give us the area. Because if I have, we'll say up here, what I have is I have 6 repeated 4 times. That's multiplication right there. That's an array, okay, a rectangular array, and you can see. So here I could do 6, let's see, length and width. I could do 6 and 10, because that equals 60. I could do 30 times 2, because that equals 60. I could also do, let's see, did 30 times 2, I could do 60 times 1 equals 60. I want you to come back and tell me if I missed any, okay? And I'm going to give you 3 problems to do, okay? So, number 1, we'll say 12 and 8 area equals what? Number 2, we'll say this is 100, and this length equals, we'll say 25. Width equals what? We'll say that equals L. Number 3, we're going to do, sorry, that's really big, 32. We'll say width equals 8. What does length equal? And problem number 4, let me make it a little challenging. The area, we'll say 100, that might be too high. We'll say 76. What could be, that's a 6, sorry. What is the width? And what is the length? What could it be? If you want to go above and beyond, okay, so stop. Think about this. You can pause this so you can solve these, because I know it doesn't all fit on one screen. If you want to go above and beyond, I want you to find the perimeter also of all of these, and if you do that, I will put you in a drawing for a special prize. Come back to class with any questions.